And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason that I'm a firm believer in the Dell Diagnostics. This thing would let me get to the point where I could actually install the operating system on this Dell PowerEdge 2850 server. It would go all the way through the installation, start the actual Windows installation, and fail. It would give me a hardware fail. And it looks like that this thing has been having errors since April 18th, 2012 at 6:04 p.m. Now that might have been right after we took it out of the rack. I don't exactly remember. I've had it for a couple months now and haven't done a whole lot with it. I finally got into doing something with it. I actually tried to put it together and get it online and everything. And I'm getting these error codes. 2900:0221. Now it says it's correctable, and this mouse is kind of jittery in the diagnostic screen for some strange reason. Let's see if it'll give me the rest of the message here. Oh, come on, be nice. Okay, there we go. Correctable error, bank 1 dim A. Now I've gotten those right and left. What I may try doing is going through and taking that stick of memory out and see if it's just the one stick that's failing. But yeah, not very good. This is my network attached storage. It's a PowerVault 725N. Basically, it's 4 IDE drives when you put them in it. I had to take all those out. That was kind of the stipulation for getting it. But it's got 4 IDE drives, and I'm gonna probably load it back up with 500s later on. And I know I could do just as easy with a terabyte drive, but this one doesn't take SATA drives, so gotta do what I gotta do. And I'm still not out of options with the server, because I've got this 1U PowerEdge 1750 that I can run. Now, unlike my 2850, it doesn't have 6 drives in it. Now, none of the drive bays or anything are in here because I had to take them out. But this one only actually has 3 drive bays. Still has a CD-ROM in it. And yeah, this is older equipment, but it's free and it was for me to learn on. That was the only reason I got it. This one, as you'll see, also has redundant power supplies. It's only got a single, shoot, I can't remember which processor's in it, but it's a single Xeon processor. I think this one's a 1.7. That'll change in time. And it's only got 1 gig of RAM in it. But I've still got options. If nothing else, this will be a huge learning experience for me. And I'll learn kind of the, not just the ins and outs, but also the pitfalls and successes with Dell PowerEdge servers. This one was not having any issues in the rack other than the drive that was in here before, which was a 15,000 RPM 73 gig drive, was blinking. Actually, I think it was this one. It was blinking orange because the drive had failed. That was the only known issue with this. Of course, I have swapped the CD-ROM drive out on this one for a DVD drive. But that was the only issue with this one, and it was actually blinking this amber light that you see on here now. Let's scoot it out. Now, that was actually blinking amber before, when that drive had failed. Well, the way it's looking now, it may have been blinking amber regardless of whether the drive had failed or not. It may be indicating that failed stick of memory. So, I'm going to try it with just the one stick and see if I can get any further with the installation. If not, then I'll have to back up and think of something later. But yeah, it was giving me a error message on here. PS2 AC lost. Oh, it's giving me the errors right here on the front. Overflow. Check log. E0876 PS2 status. PS2. Yeah, we already saw this movie. That's all relating to PS2, and it may be because I actually had the other power supply unplugged. I only plugged one of them in because I didn't think it needed both of them. So, let's see what the log tells us. Y'all can discover the crappiness that is my life on this server so far. I love these Dell Diagnostics, I really do. They might report a bunch of bad stuff, but they actually come in quite handy. Right now it should reboot. Got the old hourglass. Okay, now watch this. Told it to do the express, and see, that's what you get, a whole bunch. See, January 2012. I didn't see what the first ones were, but this is March. '18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Looks like we were getting error messages the whole time this was installed and running the company domain and everything else. April, every single day. Now, I didn't get this thing till near the end of April, I believe. Yeah, April 22nd. It's the day we took it out of the rack. I brought it home a couple days later. And as you see, it's giving me all kind of fits. Single bit error logging is disabled. Test failed. Press any key to continue. And we're back to that again. So we'll do the, oh, it doesn't like that number pad Okay. Sure you want to exit the system. Alright. Now what we're going to do is power this puppy down. Pull out both power cables. And yeah, it still has residual on the battery. Loosen these two screws. It's kind of hard to do one-handed. There we go. Okay. Not sure if I ever showed you guys inside of this one, but this is the 2950. Notice we do have an empty processor socket there. That'll be corrected, because I can actually get hopped up processors for this thing really cheap. Now, since the errors all referred to bank 1, we'll take this stick of memory out, which is the one that it says was offending it. Take the second stick out, which you really can't see because it's plenty dark in there, and move it over to the first slot. And I'm going to have to get me a light. Okay. Make sure the memory is in the seat. Dang it. Okay. There we go. Press it till it snaps. Rank 1. Right there. Okay. I'm not even going to bother putting the top back on this yet. Okay, now we'll hook back up the... I don't know that this will run because it has some contacts up here too. It may be one of those moody things that if you don't have the top on it, it won't run or won't run properly. I don't know. It's worth a shot to find out though. And even though it doesn't need it, just in case the diagnostics want to run again, I'm putting in both power supply cords. That's the color that the LCD is supposed to be, not amber. Okay. Oh, it's still blue. Got it into the BIOS so it can recognize that it's only got 512 megs of memory in it right now. That will change. And the light on the back is blue like it's supposed to be. So that was the whole problem. He was trying to tell me it was sick, and I had to figure out what was wrong. Now that we got it fixed, escape to exit. Now that it knows it's only got 512. And it goes right into the setup. Guaranteed, it will not come up with a parity error It's loading just fine. This is what I've been waiting for it to do for the last week, 2 weeks now. And it's finally loading. There is a BIOS revision, so that's going to change. But I got to get it booted into Windows before I can do that. So, it's on its way now. And I know what the issue is. We'll get her all fixed up. And I'll show you when I'm finished. It's going to tell me boot to CD, press any key, because I've still got the Windows Server 2003 disk in there. Yeah, I know 2003, it's dated, but this is basically just something for me to learn a little more on. Because I'm just getting into the server side of everything now. Oh, okay. I thought we were at the point where it was ready to open up into the OS. That's alright, this is a lot closer than I've been, so not really upset about that. Alright. Now, this is going to be kind of hard because I got one of those wonky passwords. Oh boy. Let me try this again. Okay. Here we go. Control Alt Delete. Success. I now have an active server. 1 down, 3 to go. Or, I'm sorry, 1 down, 2 to go. And I gotta get it connected to the network. Not connected to anything at the moment. But she's running. And we're still all blue. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great one. I know I'm going to.